As the protests are ongoing, but in smaller crowds in front of the municipality today in Istanbul. But for the last 5 days, mostly the protests have been taking place during evening hours. Last night, again, tens of thousands of people gathered in front of the municipality building in Istanbul. And Özgür Özel, the main opposition leader, as well as the wife of Ekrem İmamoğlu, Dilek, they addressed the crowd. Let me give you one quote from Dilek. She stated, and I quote, "If we all raise our voices together and stand by humanity and justice, we will achieve peace and equality for everyone." Now, protests have been very tense and violent at times, with protesters clashing with police forces on many occasions, where police forces have used water cannons as well as tear gas. Almost 1,200 people have been detained so far, and they include 9 journalists that have been detained on Sunday. The Interior Ministry also said 123 police officers were injured during the clashes between police forces and the protesters, and the government has stated that they would not allow what the Interior Minister has called the terrorizing of the streets. University students have been very active during these protests, and I've been told by Boğaziçi University students that they are planning to boycott academically, and they will not be attending classes this week. There have been some international reactions to the arrest as well. France's foreign ministry has stated that the arrest is a serious attack on democracy, and Germany stated that the arrest of İmamoğlu is unacceptable.
Despite this, though, Ekrem İmamoğlu has still been nominated as a presidential candidate by the opposition.
Well, yes, it is very clear that Ekrem İmamoğlu is the strongest opponent to Erdogan. He's leading Erdogan in some of the polls. And just like Erdogan, who also began his career as Istanbul mayor, who later became prime minister and then president, İmamoğlu is basically following the same path. Now, on Sunday, the Republican People's Party voted in a primary election to vote İmamoğlu as their next candidate. It was just a very symbolic vote. It's not binding, but almost 50 million people voted for him, some of them CHP and some of them non-members, but it was a very strong show of solidarity. And right now, they didn't even put a second candidate on the ballot yesterday. But if he's convicted on corruption trial, then he would not be able to run against Erdogan, of course. But then they would need to consider a second candidate. Potentially, Ankara Mayor Mansur Yavaş would be a very popular candidate still. And so far, İmamoğlu has just been removed from his duty, and a government-backed trustee has not been appointed to the Istanbul municipality. But in a different case, for example, the district of Şişli, the mayor there has been charged on terrorism charges and arrested yesterday. And today, a government-backed trustee has been appointed to the Şişli district. And that's what the CHP, the main opposition, is trying to avoid for the Istanbul municipality at all costs.